Bien, les voy a presentar al señor embajador. Tiene un amplio currículum, tanto de formación como de experiencia profesional, especialmente diplomática. El señor YABOU tiene estudios en distintos países, desde gestión de recursos humanos en la Universidad de Sheffield, en Gran Bretaña. También ha realizado estudios en la Universidad de Pune, en la India. Y también ha hecho estudios en Islamabad, en Pakistán. Su experiencia más reciente tiene que ver con el ámbito de la diplomacia internacional. Ha sido representante, diputado, embajador y alto comisionado en la Cancillería para el encuentro de líderes de la Unión Africana en Banjul en el año 2006. También lleva 10 años como persona dedicada. Voy traduciendo desde el inglés de su currículum, por eso lo hago así lentamente. Tiene 10 años de experiencia en diplomacia y en gestión, digamos, de distintos proyectos internacionales. Ha sido embajador para la paz de la Federación Universal para la Paz de Gran Bretaña en el año 2007. También desde el año 2013, y es su cargo actual, se desempeña como embajador extraordinario y plenipotenciario de Gambia, tanto en el Reino de España, pero con acreditación para la representación en Italia, en Grecia, en Malta, en Portugal y en organismos multilaterales del Sistema de Naciones Unidas como la FAO, la Organización Internacional del Trabajo, etc. Desde el año 2013 ejerce el cargo de embajador. Como pueden ver, tiene un largo recorrido. No quiero extenderme más porque necesitamos tiempo para comenzar. Welcome, Mr. Ambassador. We want to hear you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Good evening to you all. I will first start by apologizing to everybody for coming a little bit late yesterday, which was due to circumstances beyond my control. Sometimes as public officers, we are not ourselves. You want to do things in a particular way, and it will not happen that way. So I must sincerely apologize for that. And also to sincerely apologize for doing my intervention in English instead of the host country's language. I would have loved to do it in Spanish, but my Spanish is very, very horrible. So I don't want to. Moderator, thank you very much. To start with, I wish to thank everybody and extend my sincere appreciation to AFRICagua, the Ayuntamiento of Zaragoza, the entire government and people of Spain for your kindness to Gambians in the Kingdom of Spain. I also want to thank you for your hospitality and warm reception since my arrival in this wonderful city called Zaragoza. It is an honor for me to be given the opportunity to be part of this very important event, and I thank the government and people of Spain, particularly the region of Aragon, and the good people of Zaragoza for accommodating our citizens and for the role you are playing to help them continue to live in homes away from home. I also thank the entire Gambian community in Zaragoza and their partner associations from the sister republics of Senegal, Mali, Mauritania, Cameroon, you name it, for your cooperation. The topic of migration is not a new phenomenon, and it is a dynamic process that continues to play a crucial role in the socio-economic development of both the source and destination countries, as would be seen in the case of Gambian migrants in the Kingdom of Spain. I have been asked to speak on the role of Gambian migrants in the development of the Gambia. Very good topic, very close to my heart, but this is a topic that I cannot just talk about the role of Gambian migrants in the development of the Gambia, because migration is a cross-cutting issue. Once you want to talk about one side, you must talk about the other side. Equally, they are contributing greatly to the development of the Gambia, but equally, they are also contributing greatly to the development of the Kingdom of Spain, just like any of the other migrants. Therefore, since migration is a dynamic process that will continue to happen, we need to manage it well for the benefit of all stakeholders. The data on migration trends in and from Africa vis-à-vis the rest of the world reveal that more Africans migrate within Africa and between cities and rural areas in Africa than outside Africa. Whilst the last 5 years migration figures indicate migration of about 2 million Africans to Europe, the figure for intra-African migration for the same period is about 3.5 million people. This clearly shows that the debate in Europe, in as much as is very important, but Europeans should not feel that Africans are here to take over their countries. We have more Africans migrating within Africa than Africans migrating to Europe. These are facts that, in as much as we are very sensitive about issues, we should try to get the facts right. The Gambia has a population of about 1.85 million, with the youths forming more than 50% of the population. And the backbone of the country's economy is mainly agriculture, tourism, re-export trade, services, and fisheries. Therefore, with a youthful population, the Gambia, like many countries in sub-Saharan Africa, suffers from both regular and irregular migration of its citizens to Europe and elsewhere. However, like many countries in Europe, the Gambia also has its fair share of immigrants, as it is a recipient of thousands of migrants from countries all over the world. It is estimated that out of the Gambia's population of 1.85 million, about 500,000 or more are immigrants. I'm asked to slow down. I'm trying to rush for time, but I'm asked to slow down. So this speaks for itself. We have a population of about 2 million. More than 20% of our population are non-Gambians. But people don't hear Gambia complaining about immigrants. So I think we have a lot to offer the rest of the world, particularly Europe. You can maybe come and learn from us how do we manage. More than 20% of our population are non-Gambians. The country has, however, succeeded in managing this migration trend by being accommodative to both economic migrants and refugees. Today, this large number of migrants and Gambians continue to live together peacefully, with each contributing their quota to national development. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of the Gambia, especially from July 1994, continues to focus on modernizing and developing the country in terms of infrastructure, including building schools, hospitals, bridges, road networks, just to name a few, to develop the country. However, this has not prevented the act of people migrating, especially the practice of irregular migration by the youth, which has negative consequences for the country in terms of losing a number of youthful population. Consequently, in recognition of this undesirable situation, the government of the Gambia, in line with the country's national development agenda, over the years developed and implemented a number of programs and initiatives to create opportunities for skills acquisition, employment, sensitization, border control, just to change the situation. It is, however, important to point out that some of these national interventions and initiatives continue to need financial assistance to ensure their sustenance and effectiveness. And despite these measures, a number of our young, healthy men and women continue to embark on the dangerous journey to Europe with all the dangers for themselves, their families, and the country. This notwithstanding, as a government, We continue to be actively engaged in taking measures to empower our youths as indicated so that they can take correct decisions to stay at home and contribute their quota to national development. When one looks at the pictures relating to irregular migrants in the Mediterranean, it's very sad because a number of Africans and of course our brothers from other parts of the world take these decisions without knowing the consequence. It's as a result of their ignorance they happen to find themselves in this kind of situation. The question then is, why migration in the first place? And the answer to this could be seen from the nexus between migration and development, as correctly alluded to by the previous speakers. The Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations recognize migration as a key development element because of the strong linkage between migration and development, especially when it comes to providing funding for education, microfinance, poverty alleviation, health, housing, and family support. We all know how important the remittances that migrants send from Europe and other places, how important it is to our families. This has been buttressed by the fact that the emergence of the global economic crisis led to a decrease in foreign direct investment, whilst remittances continued to increase. It was reported that migrants in 2012 remitted about $534 billion, which is 3 times more than the official development aid given, and the World Bank expected this figure to reach $600 billion in 2016. And a large chunk of this will go to the developing countries, including the Gambia. This alone clearly explains the importance of migration. It is from the above context, depicting a strong nexus between migration and development, that the role of Gambian associations and Gambians in Spain in the development of the Gambia should be viewed and understood. And I will now turn my attention to that very important topic, which is very close to my heart. Moderator, it has been reported that Gambian migrants were among the first sub-Saharan immigrants to Spain in the post-Franco era. And a large number of them continue to live in Catalonia, Andalusia, Aragon, working as agricultural and construction workers. Generally speaking, Gambians in Spain are very hardworking and committed people who over the years have contributed and continue to contribute to the development of both the Gambia and the Kingdom of Spain. The contribution of this great group of hardworking people to the development of the Spanish society can be seen from the labor they provide to the employers, the taxes they pay, social security contributions, job creations, serving as consumers and customers for goods and services that they pay in the economy, as well as cultural enrichment. So those who are very concerned about migration may start thinking, if you look at the figures in terms of the contribution of migrants to the development of recipient countries. It is therefore clear the important roles being played by migrants from the Gambia and other countries in Spain. Hence, the need for migrants and issues relating to them and their rights be treated with dignity, respect, as well as be given the support and cooperation that they deserve. I must single out AFRICagua for your great job in helping migrants, especially the Gambian community. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, with specific reference to the Gambia, the Gambian communities and their associations in Spain have been playing important complementary roles in the development of the Gambia, and the government of the Gambia continue to recognize and value their contributions. Gambian associations and their members in Spain have been and continues to complement government's development endeavors in the areas of health, education, agriculture, just to name a few, by assisting in the construction, maintenance, and provision of materials and other supports to the various health, educational, and women empowerment projects. The community-based projects and programs sponsored by Gambian associations and their partners continues to have positive impact on the quality of lives, especially for women and children in the Gambia. Remittances from Gambians in Spain continue to form an important part of the general remittances from the Gambian diaspora. The impact of the remittances can be seen from the provision of housing, foreign exchange, private consumption, facilitation of savings and investment, and all this helps to create jobs and generate growth and development in the economy. In addition to the above are the direct effects of remittances on income distribution, poverty alleviation, individual welfare, and the multiplier effects in the economy. It is worth pointing out that Spain and Gambians in Spain are very important partners of the Gambia, and we will continue to work hard to further strengthen and nurture this partnership. The government continues to note with deep appreciation the efforts of Gambian associations, individuals, and their Spanish partners in Spain in spearheading initiatives aimed at strengthening ties between the Republic of the Gambia and the Kingdom of Spain. However, despite this positive contribution of migrants, Gambian associations and their members in the development of both the Gambia and Spain continue to face some challenges in the Kingdom of Spain. We should, as a community, whether we are migrants or we recipients of migrants, should work together to help them. Like the professor rightly pointed out, migrants, once they are helped, they integrate, it will also benefit the society. These challenges include decrease in funding opportunities, lack of job opportunities, difficulty relating to documentation issues, problems with family reunification, high cost of processing papers from the Gambia to Senegal and then to Spain, lack of skills, illiteracy, and difficulty in getting integrated. It may be difficult to say it, but these are really hard facts that we have seen our community struggling with, especially since the start of the economic crisis. A large number of our community, some of them have lost their jobs, and they could not be able to get another job, and they find it sometimes even difficult to renew their papers. So I think these are things that really one would not want to be seen happening. Consequently, to help both sides to continue harnessing the benefits of Gambian immigrants, I take this opportunity to call on the Spanish authorities to consider measures that will help in addressing the above challenges for Gambian migrants and other migrants, of course, in Spain. I therefore call for increased financial assistance to Gambian and other immigrant associations to enable them support development projects in the Gambia, especially for women and children. Furthermore, to help us address the issue of irregular migration, I request for your continuous cooperation and to support the government and people of the Gambia by sponsoring projects geared towards youth and women empowerment in the Gambia. We will indeed approach you with specific projects in the future for consideration. I assure you our full commitment and continuous cooperation with the various efforts and initiatives aimed at articulating measures that will ensure well-managed and sustainable schemes for migrants and their associations for the mutual benefit of all stakeholders. We are committed to work with you to establish genuine partnerships in order to share and learn from each other's experiences and technical know-how. We will go a long way in empowering the migrant community and their host. I will conclude by reminding the Gambian community that as a community, we have a good track record in the Kingdom of Spain and must therefore continue to be law-abiding and be good ambassadors of the Gambia in the Kingdom of Spain. We must continue to be responsive to the needs of our families, especially women and children, whose education we must take very seriously to enable them realize their full potentials in life. We must continue to show patriotism by continuing to invest and participate positively in the development of the Gambia and the Kingdom of Spain. As I always say, your welfare as Gambians in Spain continues to be a priority for the Gambia government, and this has been clearly manifested in the opening of an embassy in Madrid and appointing honorary consuls in addition to fostering closer bilateral ties between the Gambia and the Kingdom of Spain, also helped in bringing consular services closer to the doorstep of Gambians everywhere in the Kingdom of Spain. As your representatives, my team will leave no stone unturned to deliver to expectations. Our doors are always open to ideas and suggestions geared towards serving the mutual interests of the Gambia and the Kingdom of Spain. I once again strongly promise you that you can always count on my personal involvement and that of my team in anything that we are doing for the good and welfare of Gambians in Spain and the Gambia. In our collective endeavors to build a more prosperous and highly developed country, as enshrined in our development blueprint, the Vision 2020 initiative, and other associated initiatives, the government and people of the Gambia will continue to need our friends and partners to continue complementing our efforts, and I therefore call on all of you to continue complementing and partnering with us. I once again extend my sincere appreciation to AFRICagua, the municipality and people of Zaragoza, as well as the entire government and people of Spain, for your cooperation with the Gambia and for being kind to the Gambian community in the Kingdom of Spain. On this note, I want to thank each one of you for taking your time to come here and once again express my appreciation to partners and donors who have not only helped Gambian associations, but other African associations. Continue to help them, because by helping them, we are all benefiting. When we continue to partner, we are all winners. If we don't partner, we are all losers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. YABOU. Muchas gracias, señor YABOU. No sé si todos han podido entender las ideas principales o si hago un breve resumen en castellano.